Welcome already to another edition of WCW 2006 here in TEW 2020, and we're back in WCW, of course. But before we go over Nitro and Revolution, the Go Home Revolution before Bash at the Beach, let's go over, of course, the awards for today and go over the current results for the other one. So, mid-year awards. What's up today is the match of the year. And a note, these aren't the best pure matches of the year, because actually our best matches this year, based on TEW, were some random tag matches. So, these are storyline, plus, what, were actually good matches. I tried to have, a variety of matches and angles, because, again, I couldn't really just, put all the made, H styles world title defenses. They'd all be pretty good. But what we did here was Aerial Assault 3 for the world tag titles, which, of course, included Ningeo, Helen Kidman, Ray Seidel, Booker T, and Shelton Benjamin at Slamboree, AJ Styles versus Eddy Guerrero at Nitro in May. That's where Van Dam interrupted, the very good match, which was getting I believe a 96, and Rob Van Dam got involved, and there we go. AJ Styles versus Kaz, which was the recent world title match, which was really good, and basically hyped up as basically two of the best wrestlers in the company going actually just the blow off the Brother Ray versus Eddy Guerrero feud this fall at Sacrifice, this spring rather, and in the Chicago Death Match, and then Macias versus Monty Brown in the Sansei Death Match in Slamboree, which is sort of our one real sports or entertainment thing. And to go over the current results of the other votes that are going on, which are currently you can still post. Show of the year so far, Super Sacrifice is leading slightly. Wrestle War is just behind that. Super Bowl is also tied up. Then Ray American Bash, and then Slamboree, which is ironic, I guess. Yeah. So just vote for what you think was the best show of the year. Go back to my last video for running through what those were. Mid-year awards: AJ versus Van Dam and start running away for the year. Anderson, Brother Ray Truth versus The Nest has a vote. And Monty Brown versus Macias, the Revolution fan favorite versus the Thriller, and Sky versus Captivation is still up. So if you want to throw any votes for what you think is the best there, so go ahead. Tag Team of the Year: Booker T and Shelton, of course, held the titles for most of the year, and they're leading so far. Legendaries right behind them. Ray and Seidel, the current tag champs, are also tied. And then we have Ningeo and Social Scene with no votes. So again, vote if you want to have any. Speaking on that, wins Wrestler of the Year: Gail Kim is slightly leading over Nikita Colt. Alexander has a vote, and Trish Sky has 2 votes. And then Male Wrestler of the Year, again, AJ is running away with it. Kurt Angle and Rob Van Dam are fighting for second and third. Monty Brown has a vote, and Brother Ray has a goose egg so far. But let's just see as far as that goes. Let's get rolling with Nitro live from Corvallis, Oregon. And we start with a hot-ass angle as Goldberg comes down to the ring to start the show. Big pop for the former world champion, the man. And he comes out and he says, I don't mind losing. It doesn't happen a lot. When it does, I can take a man. I can take it like a fighter. But what I can't stand, when I'm sick and tired, is that little weasel, Eddy Guerrero, running his mouth like he's better than me just because he had a steel damn plate under his t-shirt. I don't need tricks. I don't need games. I'm sure hells don't need to be the smartest guy in the room to beat somebody's ass. Eddie, want to call yourself the best wrestler on the planet? Then why don't you get down to this ring and actually prove it? And then Big Pop as Viva Guerrero hits, and out comes Eddie, Guerrero. Says, Goldberg, Guerrero. Still don't get it, do you, I say. There's more to this business than just some big dumb SOB who runs around spearing people. That little trick I pulled to steel plate, that was about being lucky. Man, that was about ring intelligence. And of course, Goldberg paces, a little pissed. I says, you know about ring intelligence, Eddie? Not being smart? How about you step in that ring right now? I'll show you just how smart you actually are. And Eddie's like, oh, you'd love that, wouldn't you, Bill? You'd love to get me in the ring now and make yourself like a big, tough guy. But guess what? Ain't happening, Holmes. You see, next week, right here on Nitro, the Mayhem Tournament starts. And I've got bigger fish to fry. I'm on the road to Mayhem, baby. You and me, we're both in a tournament. If you want to get your hands on me, you better make it to the finals. That's where the real money is at Mayhem in that 4-way ladder match for the called shot. At Mayhem, the best of the best will face off. And spoiler alert, essay, I'm going to rhyme that I am the best damn wrestler on the planet. And Guerrero family values means getting in that ring and earning another shot at the title. Now, how big you are, Bill, it's about being the smartest guy in the ring. And exactly when I'm going to win the called shot, I'm going to keep proving I'm better than you in every way that matters. Goldberg's like, fine, run your mouth. Run with me all you want. I'm going to tell you this right now. Sooner or later, you're going to have to stop running. And when you do, you're next. Big pop. And this gets 100. Good stuff. Putting over the upcoming Mayhem Tournament. And there we go. Anyway, a slightly different angle. As backstage, we have Xavier Creed talking to Ray, basically introduced to the various people backstage by him. And as they're talking, Ray's trying to enter the rave. Xavier talking about that he's more into video games. And shadow boxing, but then Reckless Reed and Tracy Roberts comes up. Reckless Roberts and Tracy Roberts comes in. Look at the newcomer thinking he's special just because he got one lucky win. You may impress some of the people here. Let's be honest. 1-on-1, my brother would have taken you apart piece by piece. And Ray's like, oh, come on, that's what we're doing now? Creating it lucky. You're in that win. You guys just can't tell there's a new player in town. And Tracy Roberts like, please. You only got the upper hand in that match last week. One-on-one in the last 10 minutes with Reckless. You're not ready for this level. Xavier steps in and like, oh, is that right? I don't know about luck, but I don't know what I'm about. I'm here to prove myself. He's taking on your brother or anybody else. That's exactly what I'll do. And Tracy's like, is that so? Because talking big backstage and actually surviving in that ring against a man like my brother is two very different things. There's like, I don't need to talk big. My work in the ring speaks for itself. I want my brother to step up, tell me to name in place. I'll have it take out anyone. It means getting to the top of this division. And Robert's fighting steps in and says, want to fight? I'll get you one. When I'm done, you'll be talking about proving yourself. You'll be lucky you got all your bones in the right place. And he's like, well, you created him. You've been warned. Hope you're ready to have that luck run out. So there you go. A little bit of undercard stuff on the cruiserweight division. That's against a 50. Then we go to the ring for our opening match, which is Chosen versus Evolution. Back and forth match, as you expect. The heels like doing heel sneaky stuff. Chosen, Blaster throwing people around. Probably do some technical stuff. Eventually, things break down. And, Lashley is stuck outside as Divine hits the Divine intervention, puts his foot on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Chosen gets the win over Evolution in their first match as a tag team after turning on Jeff Jarrett. This gets a 63. Tolan gets a 79. Divine gets a 68. Lashley gets a 45. Claudio gets a 65. And unfortunately, Lashley suffered a pulled hamstring. Hopefully, that's just a week or two injury. And then Chosen celebrate to a 67. Then we have a backstage promo as Bully Ray is all by himself, backstage. And he is saying, next week. You see, people tell me that I'm a bully now, that I don't deserve anything, that I should just walk away because I have turned my back on everybody. But here's the thing. Let me get one thing now. Next week, that Mayhem Tournament starts. And everyone's talking about their dreams and goals of getting that call shot. I'm here to tell you, dreams don't matter. What matters is results. What matters is having guts to step out the ring, take your ears by any means necessary. And no one does that better than Bully Ray. You think I've given down how fast you can fly through the air, or how many championships you won in the past? No. I'm a street fighter. So what I care about showing each and every you that when you step in the ring, you're stepping in my world. The main tournament is just another opportunity to crush some dreams and break some bones. So everybody's dreaming that call shot. You better wake up real fast, because when I get in the ring, I'm going to beat you down, take my shot, and prove once again why I'm the baddest son of a bitch in WCW. And that call shot, it's as good as mine, because get ready, there's just going to be nothing but Mayhem, and you're all being next. So consider that your warning. So pretty straightforward promo, like 73, because I think it was only 3 minutes. Yes, okay, so nothing like special here. They're just putting over the, again, the Mayhem Tournament is starting next week. And then we're backstage as Joey Barash is with Alex Wright, asking him about his upcoming match tonight against Ken Anderson. And, Alex Wright says, how am I feeling? How do you think I'm feeling? Look at me. I'm always ready. Always in best shape. Always prepared to show the world I'm not just the best wrestler in WCW. No, I'm the best wrestler in the entire world. Ken Anderson, please. I said it before, and I'll say it again. He's a loudmouth American who thinks running his mouth and blah, blah, blah will give him places in this business. You see, Anderson likes to call himself an a-holo, right? Well, that's fitting because tonight I'm going to prove he's nothing more than an overhyped, obnoxious, loudmouth American punk who can't hang with someone of my caliber. I mean, did you hear him last week? All that talking, all that bravado, and for what? Because once again, he's something special. Anderson, you may be able to talk these morons into the ring, into the audience. But in my ring, he's nothing. Let's run again. At American Bash, I show the world when it comes to wrestling. It's not about how loud you can scream your own name, but what you can do between those ropes. What did Anderson do? He tapped out. He got pinned. He got pinned because he couldn't handle the pressure. And tonight, doing the same thing all over again. I am Das Wunderbar. Men like Ken Anderson can only dream of reaching my level. I beat the best and the best. I'm just getting started. I'm just going to beat Anderson tonight. I'm going to embarrass him. I'm going to regret ever stepping foot into the ring with Das Wunderbar. And Anderson's, a lot of people are saying, Anderson could get a win tonight, and it'd be a bit of a turnaround and a turning point for him. And, a turning point for Ken Anderson, Wright asks. The only turning point in this match for Kenny will be when he turns around to crawl back over the ramp after I beat him again. Let's go through straight. I don't care how hungry he is. Hunger doesn't make you a winner. Skill does. Intelligence does. Experience does. I've got more wrestling talent in this little finger than Ken Anderson has his entire body, and you'll all see that tonight. So, Ken, you want to avenge that loss? That's cute. You're desperate, and that means you'll make mistakes. And when you make those mistakes, I'll be there to capitalize. I'm going to expose you for what you are. Is a charlatan. You've written checks your body can't cash. Tonight, he's going to get bounced for the second time. Because, Jeremy, I was born for this. This is where I belong. You're going to witness this dismantling of Ken Anderson piece by piece. I want everyone to know who watched this. I don't hear being Ken Anderson. I'm here, everybody here around the entire WCW roster. I'm the man to beat. I'm the future of this company, whether they like it or not. As for Ken Anderson, he was another guy who thought he could outshine Das Wunderbar, and failed. 82, solid promo, setting up the match later. Lance Storm versus Titus Tomko, as set up last week. And Titus Tomko basically, this wasn't quite a squash win. Lance Storm gets his spots in, but eventually, Storm tries his best, but Tomko just overpowers him. Kick to the face, chainsaw cutter, mostly clean victory. Like, he does some, chokes and stuff to gain advantage, but, clean victory right in the middle of the ring. 60 overall, Titus gets a 69, Storm gets a 73, no storyline. And post-match, Tomko hits another, whites out Storm again, hitting with a big clothesline and the big boot, and standing tall to a 67. Then we're backstage with the Truth as he does a little rap about the upcoming Mayhem Tournament and says, I'm a former US champion. I've been in the ring with the best of the best in this company. I fought legends and I've stood tall. And now it's my time to shine once again. The Truth just seemed to play. The Truth is here to win, baby. So all you tournament better get ready because the Truth is coming for that call shot. And one step until I get. Next week's the Road to Mayhem begins. And you'll learn the truth real quick. I'm the man to beat, and I'm taking what's mine. Do you feel me? You better get ready. Because this ain't just hype. It's the damn truth. Again, quick little promo. 68, nothing special here, but just putting things over for next week. Then we have a fun little backstage segment, which I probably rated incorrectly, but I want to do it honestly. I rated them all, I believe, on acting. We're backstage with the entirety of the Captivation, new leader Penny Grable, Lexi James, and Desiree Dawkins. And Penny's like, another wonderful week for Captivation. And look, it's so obvious we rule the division in the show because look at our competition. They're more angry at each other because they're uncultured women. You saw Trisha and Lizzie pretending to be relevant. Now you've got Celine ODB throwing themselves into chaos. And like he says, you're right. They're all screaming at each other for no reason, because the difference is we actually have talent and they don't. Because they're all acting like they're these fierce warriors fighting for their legacy or whatever, but they can't keep it together for 5 minutes. They're so busy almost stabbing each other in the back, they realize that the real competition, us, are just watching them happily self-destruct. And Penny answers, yes, it's pathetic. Trisha and Lizzie were supposed to be these legendary icons, but now they're just embarrassing themselves. And what's worse, they drank Cartier and ODB, and they're a little soap opera. Come on, ODB, really? And ODB's like, yeah, because nothing screams native meant like a drunk chick who shows up half the time looking like she just rolled out of the bar. Real intimidating. You think you're coming out drinking from a flash is showing talent? No, this is talent. So we'll watch your wrestling lessons tonight with so much interest. Really. And then Penny's like, then there's still Celine pretty be above it all, acting like she's done my favor by stepping through their skins. Please, we see you. You're just like to look like the hero, Celine, but in reality, you're as lost as the rest of them. You can act like you hate all of Captivation, but we're not shaking our boots, because we have tradition and honor on our side. And you're just another tart, like Trisha and Lizzie, thinking you're something special, because these uncultured fans think you're special, but you're nothing but. We are. Here's another insecure little girl trying to figure out where she belongs, and now all you're doing is making her look so desperate. It's embarrassing. But the reality is, girls, I almost feel bad for them. After all, what are they actually fighting for? The opportunity to claim the most washed up or never has been wrestler? And Lexi steps and says, hey, if they're trying to one up together on who can be the biggest disaster, they're all winning at that game. And, Penny then steps in and says, if they have spent half the time focusing on actually wrestling, as in on dragging each other down, maybe, just maybe, we could do a decent fight. But let's be real. None of them are in the same league as us. They're all clinging to the past, but we're here to dominate the present. We're going to run this division, no matter who actually can handle teaming together. And like Steve finishes things off by saying, so here's a little message for Trisha, Lizzie, Celine, and ODB. Keep tearing each other apart. Go ahead, fight amongst yourselves. It's entertaining for us. But when you're done, and you realize we are the ones who hold power in the division, it'll be too late. 59, because I actually rated everybody. You know, it is what it is. Then we got a Maverick Chance backstage promo. As, you know, basically, we've got a, you know, Barash asking him about his big US title match. And, you know, Maverick's like, I've got a lot of feelings, but the biggest one, excitement. Pure adrenaline. You see, this is another match for me. This is everything I've been working for. I've been jumping off clips, fighting off half pipes, and throwing caution to win my whole life. I've proven that nothing, I mean nothing's impossible when you got the heart and the guts to go for it. And now, Leppan, a guy who thinks he's smarter than everyone, who thinks he's going to keep that title on the rice. But let me tell you something, Jeremy. I'm not afraid. Let me talk all he wants about being a cunning champion, about using tricks to stay on top. But tonight is just me and him. I'm bringing the same fearless attitude I've had, whether I'm in the ring or climbing mountains. And you can use all the tricks and schemes you want, but I've got speed, I've got agility, and I've got heart, so no matter what he throws at me, no matter what sneaky plans he's got on the sleeve, I'm coming up full throttle, and Ray's going to learn me something ring about a chance. You better keep up with my pace, and trust me, he's not going to be able to help too. And, you know, Jeremy asks him what it would mean to become the US champion, and Chance is like, I fought my whole life to prove that I belong here, that this is where I can be. My title will show everyone, that Maverick Chance isn't just some stroll-seeking daredevil. I'm the real deal. I'm going to hold that title above my head. It's going to be the proudest moment of my career. 62, not a terrible promo, but, you know, I mean, this is not why you hire this guy. And we got Celine Cartier taking on ODB. Back and forth match. Cartier continues to be aggressive. ODB does his brawling, like, and this is, like, you know, really just more of a wild brawl. You know, maybe not. Thought I graded it, but it wasn't. Maybe that was something else. But back and forth match. ODB, you know, gets some brawls in first. Goes for a finisher. Cartier fights out of it. Throws into the corner. Hits a couple other rough moves, and eventually uses Sizzler V cleanly right in the middle of the pin, in the ring for the pin. Cartier gets a 75. ODB gets a 60. 77 overall. And post-match, ODB goes for a handshake, but Cartier blows her off, and that gets a 57. Now we're backstage with Ken Anderson, and Ken says, tonight's just not another night. No, tonight's about a lot more than that. Tonight is about me and that pompous, loudmouth Alex Wright. Wright wants to walk along here like he's God gets wrestling, but he has another thing. He steps in the ring with an a-hole. Yeah, I get it. Alex, you've been here for a long while. Credit where credit due. You've had your moments. Hell, you even beat me at Great Ring Bash. But you know what? Everything changes tonight. I don't make excuses. I'm not going to tell you cheated, or the ref screwed up, or whatever excuse you want me to use against you. You beat me because you were smarter for 3 seconds, and that's all it takes in this business. But I don't stay down. I don't give up. If you knock me down, you better make sure I don't get up, because when I do, it's going to be a whole different ballgame. Because tonight, I'm going to show you people why people call me an a-hole. I don't play nice, I don't kiss babies, and I sure else don't care about how wonderbar you are. What I care about is winning. I'm looking in the eye and show the entire world that Ken Anderson is exactly who I say I am, the next big thing in WCW. So tonight, you realize your little victory at the Bash was nothing more than a fluke. There's no distractions, no excuses, no running away. You're just in with someone to put something to prove, and trust me, when I've got something to prove, you're going to wish you never crossed paths with me. Because, Alex, you think you're the future of this company, you think because you had your little moment's son, you can call yourself Das Wunderbar, and everyone should bow down to you, but you're not the future. You're just another guy who's been lucky enough to hang around long enough to think he's untouchable. I remind you that no one is untouchable. I'm here to make sure everybody knows that Ken Anderson is a real deal. I'm here to be a friend. I'm here to win. Take this company by storm. So tonight, you're going to find out why I'm the most dangerous man in this company. Find out no matter how many years you spent in this place, it all comes crashing down when you're in the ring with someone who's hungry, someone who has a chip on their shoulder, something to prove, someone who doesn't care about your fancy footwork or your fancy moves. I'm going to knock you flat on your ass. That's all said and done. You'll be crawling your way out of that ring. And when the smoke clears, everyone will remember the name. Anderson. 88, really good promo. Thanks for the main event. We got Stacey and Keebler, hyping up the Mayhem Tournament as well. Basically, Stacey is there with Kaz, and he says, next week, the Mayhem Tournament begins. Let's be honest, the name that should be on everyone's lips is Kaz. Because Kaz is not only the most dangerous competitor in WCW, he's the smartest, he's the fastest, and he's the most explosive. They can fight all they want, but let's face it, no one has a takes out Smart, Kaz, or myself. He's been winning matches left and right, and he was this close to being world champion. We got a plan next week where we're going to execute perfectly. Chaos, violence, unpredictability, that's all in our game. And I don't care who they put in front of Kaz, he'll take them down one by one. And once Kaz wins that call shot, whoever has the world title, their moments as champion are numbered. 73, solid promo. Then we got a fun little backstage promo, as basically, we got in a random bar in Corvallis, we've got, the AMW drinking, then Southern Syndicate show up, and, there's some arguments, and of course, there's some back and forth, and what happens is a big old brawl, as Noble grabs James Storm's beer bottle, smashes it over the counter, big old brawling, Storm and Noble are trading punches, going over tables and chairs, Harris slams Gordy into the bar, Gordy grabs a pool cue, we got a big old fight. Storm is Noble sends James Storm to the jukebox. Gordy grabs a beer bottle and tries to swing Harris, but Harris catches his arm and slams his head fist to the bar. Then there's the further brawl. Storm gets tackled into a pool table by Noble. Then we get some big back and forth punching. Then Storm is able to drop Noble with a super kick, sending him to a stack of chairs. Harris then sets a big spine buster on the floor of the bar, and Storm and Harris look around the wreckage and say, now that's how you start a party. 70, fun little stuff, building the feud here. Then we got Ray Leppan versus Maverick Chance for the US Championship, and Maverick looks good here. He looks really good. He gets his moments here where he almost gets the win, but unfortunately Ray Leppan is actually just a little bit better and reverses a final attempt by Chance into his own finisher. Boom, 1, 2, 3. And basically cleanly, because he does some cheating. He, holds some 5 counts. He, does some brawling and, sneaky stuff. But he hits a finisher and wins basically cleanly right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. 81. Leppan gets a 78. Chance gets a 65. And Leppan makes defense number 3 of his US title. And post-match, Leppan celebrates to a 70. Then we have a fun little video here. It's basically a history of the Fallen Angel. It's basically, we see basically there's the hum, and we see some dark and silent clips from the history of the Fallen Angel, as he says, there's a time when I believed everything I did, everything I fought for was part of a grander plan, a message, a purpose. I was chosen. I was led into this battle, this war. And then we see footage from 03 when Fallen Angel is beside Vampiro and Lestat, aka Gangrel, with Macias forming, the Deadpool, fighting everybody, and Fallen Angel says, I came in this world with allies who I believe shared my vision. We were Deadpool. We thrived in darkness, unafraid of the light. We battled the strong, the elite. The more I fought alongside them, the more the chaos enveloped me. Then we see, from 2004, Deadpool facing top WCW stars, Booker T, Goldberg, London, fighting the best WCW has to offer. I fought giants, legends, the best in the world. I stood in the ring with those who define this business. I shed their blood. They shed mine, but somewhere along the way, I began to hear a voice, a message whispering in the dark corners of the night of the ring. Then we see footage of the, War Games, diving, in the battle with the, baby faces aside the Deadpool. War Games, the ultimate battleground. It was there when I realized the truth. To win, to survive, you must embrace the darkness within. And then we see, the Fallen Angel and Macias, then Morningstar, turning on Vampiro, and the big matches that took him out of the company. I sent my brother away, not because I hated him, because I no longer could follow. The message, the voice inside me told me to break free, to find my path. I severed ties with Vampiro, and doing so, I became something else, something darker. And then we see, Fallen Angel and Macias defeating Sting and Flair at Starrcade 04. We destroyed legends. And we stood tall. But there was a voice that would betray me in time. And then we see, sort of the war of the, net between the Nest and, what was the Deadpool. And he said Raven, he was different. He spoke of messages of higher calling. He claimed he had the truth. Raven's truth was nothing but manipulation and madness. He is chaos in human form, and I thought I could stop him. I thought I could change him. But you cannot change chaos. You can only survive it. And we see the year-long war between Fallen Angel, between Deadpool and, the Nest. We got Messias, of course, after he turned on the Morningstar, Saturn, and the Prophet, along with Raven. And then we got, Fallen Angel and the Secrets of Sin, and Kai Graves in battle against Raven, Messias, Saturn, and Prophet. And then Fallen Angel says, there, inside that cage, I knelt. I knelt because I believed the message had returned to me. I thought I failed my place once again. I thought I could silence the noise in my head. I thought I could save them all. I was wrong. The message was a lie. Raven was a lie. When he told me in Starrcade 2005 to lay down from the middle of the ring to give him the glory, I saw the truth. Of course, that's part of the Tag Team Turmoil match, when, he told basically, Raven and Messias, that Fallen Angel and Prophet, to stand down for Raven and Messias, and Fallen Angel walks away. Because I walked away, I refused to lay down, I refused to kneel any longer, I followed the message for too long, I allowed it to guide me into the darkness, into chaos, and so I watched from the shadows. I watched as Raven continued to destroy, to manipulate, to lead others into ruin. I waited for the right moment. But I would return. When I would rise again, not or as a man of my light, nor as circumcised what I was meant to be from the beginning, a fallen angel. Raven, you believe you are the truth. But I know the truth now. There is no message, there's no plan, only chaos and order, and I will bring order to your chaos. I will bring an end to your nest, to your lies, to your terror. I may fail, but I will not kneel. Not to you, Raven, not to anyone. I am the fallen angel. I have returned to bring judgment upon you. Your message ends. Mine begins. 94, really good. Then we got our main event, which gets an 88. And so it says like a handful of times, but really like Wright brings his chair back in the ring. Wright takes advantage, hits the mic check, boom. He gets a big pin over Alex Wright. And 1, 2, 3. Anderson gets a big win here. 88. Wright gets an 82. Anderson gets an 82, and post-match, as Anderson is celebrating, Wright comes from behind, chop block, and he gets the chair, and boom, chair shot to the knee. Boom, chair shot to the knee. Boom, chair shot to the knee. Before, of course, the officials break him apart and pull him away, and the show gives us an 91. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, like, no other, like, great promo, and sort of, like, this was kind of not a great period here, but really solid. I mean, like, one very good promo for Fallen Angel, good main event, and building things up. As we move towards the Mayhem Tournament, and of course the go-home show for Revolution here in a moment. As it loads up. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm sure in real life, like, half the internet would think the whole chaos of the Deadpool long-term storyline is the greatest thing ever, and the other half would think it's the stupidest shit ever. But I enjoy it, As long as there's dark people around to get involved with it, so be it, Oh, boy. Still loading. Gotta love. Gotta love this loading up. Come on, you can do it. I got faith in you, in TEW. Come on. Up. Moving. We're moving. There we go. All right. Oh my god. New team. Sure. Let's see here. What did they do on Raw? Raw had Big Show defeating Batista, DVP, and JBL. Monty defeated Beth Phoenix. Wow. Groovy, Lion and Punk defeated Richard, Satan, and Maven. Vampire defeated Matthews. Shane McMahon promo. And yeah. They got a 2.14. We got a 2.17. So really consistently winning that. Let's see. Is the injury actually serious? I'm going to guess no. We'll double check. Okay, yeah. He's just out until next week. That's fine. So yes, a little storyline check. Against the Darkness is at an 84. The Women's Feud is at a 65. Lack of Respect's at a 95. Let me actually add Xavier Creed in this. There it goes at a 56. Never Noble's at an 80. One spot, two men's at an 85. Respect needs to be earned is at an 83. Tensions at 64, and the New Chosen is at 63. So yeah, I'll be back in just a moment with Revolution. And everybody, welcome to Revolution, live from Long Beach Arena for 13,000 people, as we're, a couple days out from Bash at the Beach. So let's get rolling with the show. We start with our, basically big main event. Little graphic that says, Columbo, O'Hare, and Jindrak versus the Hardys and, sorry, totally blank there for a second. The Hardys and Kurt Angle, the big main event, which gets a 73. And then we move forward to the actual match here. Or not the match, but the opening match of the night, which is Gail Kim and Angel Foxx teaming up to take on the European Disunion team of WCW Busick and Nikita Colt. So back and forth match. Kim and Colt go after each other. We get some, technical wrestling from WCW Busick going after Angel Foxx. Eventually, things break down. Angel Foxx is able to roll WCW Busick up with a quick Oklahoma roll. 1, 2, 3, get a pin over one half of the women's tag team champions a few days out from Bash at the Beach. This gets a 82. Fox gets an 81. Kim gets a 75. Busick gets a 76. Colt gets an 81 herself. And post-match, the babyfaces celebrate to a 70. We go backstage where Ray Leppan is, shows up backstage, and he's basically saying, Teddy, I just came here to let you know that this Sunday, Bash at the Beach, I'll be enjoying the show from the skybox. You see, I've been a fighting champion, going through title defenses over on Nitro, so I think it's high time that an international star like me relaxes a little, looks in the view, and gives these Revolution boys a chance to see what a real international star looks like. And Teddy's like, Ray, let me make one thing crystal clear. Yeah, I don't give a damn what you've done on Nitro. Be strung around here like you've done your job this Sunday, Bash at the Beach. It's a Revolution pay-per-view, and as the United States champion, you're going to defend that title against somebody. And he's like, hold up. What do you mean defend on both shows? I just have the title on Nitro. I've done my work. I beat Maverick Chance fair and square. What more do I have to prove? And Teddy Long's like, being champion doesn't mean you get to pick and choose when you want to defend your title. The title is going to be defended on Bash at the Beach because it's a Revolution pay-per-view, and part of your contract is defending that title on both shows within 30 days. I was like, come on, Teddy. This is being unreasonable. I already proved myself. Why do I need to go through all this again? So you got so much to say what you've already done. How about this? Tonight on Revolution, we're going to have ourselves a good old 4-way match. And the winner of that type match, they get a shot at the US title at Bash at the Beach. And there's going to be 4 tough competitors in that match. It's going to be Austin Aries, Johnny Swinger, Shelton Benjamin, and Tony Santarelli. And the Pen's like, Really? You're going to treat an international star like this? I can't. I just defend that title on Nitro. And he's like, this is Revolution. I don't want to hear about what could happen. What you're going to win that 4-way match. Shine's going to sit back to the beach, ready to face you. If you're half the champion you claim to be, you'll be ready to defend that title. Now, if you don't like it, well, there's always the door. Le Pen's like, this is an absolute joke. But fine, you want me to defend that title? Fine, I'll do it. Whoever wins this match tonight, they're going to wish they ever stepped in the ring. It's not some champion. I'm the United States champion. I'll show the whole damn world why at Bash at the Beach. 76, not bad. Basically setting up the US title 4-way and explains why it's being thrown at him. Then we have our backstage promo here. Basically, what do you expect? Pissed over Kurt Angle destroying the motorcycles. Revolution is a show, blah, blah, blah. Pretty just like basic promo backstage, setting up the 6-man match later tonight, which gets an 85. Then we have a Dawn Free hype training video, which, goes over his, arrival at the beginning of 2005, going after Goldberg, hit the feud with them, fighting, over that, as, there's voiceover from Don Fry, saying he came in as the baddest man in this company after years in Japan, and that all ended in that 10-minute against Canyon. And he had to fight to come back and get in this ring. And yeah, he came back for one purpose, and that's to prove everybody he's a predator, so that's why he had to come back and go after Canyon right away. And if you're not happy with that, Canyon, too bad. Because I'm still the predator. And at Bash at the Beach, you're going to have 2 choices. Tap or hear your bones snap. Nothing fancy here, just a little promo to put over the feud here. 80. If Alli Danger basically beating up Nikki Radcliffe for 5 minutes and getting the win here. As the number one contender for the women's title, gets a strong win here. A few days before Bash at the Beach, this gets a 64, Danger gets a 71, Radcliffe gets a 66. Then, of course, Danger pulls out the kendo stick, continues the beatdown, Alyssa makes a save. There's a big old brawl, and WWE officials have to come down and pull them apart. And this gets a 71 as we're on the road to Bash at the Beach. Then we're in a graveyard, and nope, not Macias. Instead, we have our Rob Van Dam and Paul Heyman there. And Heyman says, "You know, it's funny, isn't it? All this stuff. Macias, you really think this scares anybody? You think walking around in the shadows, talking about darkness and redemption is going to get you anywhere? I've been around this business a long time. Let me tell you something. We've seen it all before. The undead, the tortured souls, the monsters, the demons. At the end of the day, they're gimmicks. They're a mask for fear. You see, what you guys don't understand, Macias, is this industry is about who can scare the most people, or who can come up with the creepiest metaphor. It's not about darkness or redemption or every delusion you're living in. This business is about who's the best. It's about who steps in the ring night after night and proves why they're the top athletes, the best performers, the best fighter." And Van's like, "Yeah, bro. I mean, seriously, dead guy's been there monsters, seen that darkness like supposed to freak me out. Ugh, please." "Yes, man, I get it. You think you're spooky, but at the end of the day, you're just another dude standing with me doing what I do best. And what I do, man, is show up these pay-per-views and steal the damn show." And I was like, "That's right. You see, Macias, you may think you're this dark force, this unstoppable harbinger of destruction, deep down, you're just like the rest of them. There's another guy who hides behind the arc because really when it comes down to it, you're afraid. You're afraid, Macias. You've always been afraid. And you know how I know that? Because I've seen you. I watched your entire career. Let me tell you something. You've never been alone. You've always had someone pulling the strings, haven't you? What was it? Vampiro, Raven, whoever else was playing Puppet Master. You're always one people around. You're not a leader, Macias. You're a follower. And now, here you are, trying to break away, trying to be your own man. But the truth is, you don't know how. Without somebody pulling the strings, you're just lost in your own darkness." And Van Dam again, being Van Dam, is like, "Yeah, you talk about how you're forced destruction, let's face it. Well, that's something you're really doing on your own. I've been doing this on my own my whole career, and trust me, I'm doing it way better than you ever could. Paul here is with me, not because I need him, but because I want him." And Heyman's like, "You see, Macias, this right here," as he points at RVD, "is what you'll never be. You'll never be someone who stands on their own, doesn't even need smoke and mirrors, who doesn't need some words of darkness to hide behind." Because Van Dam, he doesn't need to talk about redemption or darkness. Van Dam just walks out the ring and proves night after night that he is the best athlete in the damn business. At Bash at the Beach, Macias, there's not going to be any stablemates to protect you. There won't be any redemption when we're in the match. There'll be one man standing. That man is going to be Rob Van Dam. And do you know why? Because Rob Van Dam isn't afraid of you. He's not afraid of your parlor tricks. Hell, he's not afraid of anyone. You know all you want about the dead and the shadows, but at the end of the day, they're dead. And guess what? The dead don't win matches. And Macias says, "Look, I get it. You like to talk all cryptic, make people think you're a scary monster or whatever, but I'm around, man. I faced all kinds of guys in this business. Guys who are bigger, stronger, and even crazier than you. You know what? I'm still here. You're just the next guy in line. I'm not worried about your mind games or your rude speeches about the dead. What I focus on doing what I do best, putting on the best damn match of the night. I'm walking out with my hand raised, and trust me, dude, that's exactly what's going to happen at Bash at the Beach." And then Heyman says, "At Bash at the Beach, Macias, you're not going to be the room with just another man. You're in the room with Mr. Pay-Per-View. Rob Van Dam has made a career out of stealing the show on the big stages and come Bash at the Beach. He's going to prove once again why he's not the only best athlete in WCW. He's the biggest star in this business. You talk about redemption and shadows so you're peeled in the face. But at the end of the day, it won't matter because when the bell rings, it's not about philosophy. It's not about metaphor. It's about who the best wrestler is. And that, my friend, is Rob Van Dam." And then Van steps and says, "That's me, bro. See you at Bash at the Beach." 95, really good promo. Basically said, they're ECW guys. They don't care about all this spooky BS. They don't believe it. Then we're backstage where Booker T goes into Teddy Long's office and basically says, "Sucka, I want a match with Keenan Sharp at Bash at the Beach. He's getting involved in my business, in my life, and I want him to show everybody that he got lucky when he came back and beat me on that first night he returned." And Teddy's like, "Look, playa, I love to do that, but here's the thing. Sharp has already asked for and got for the day off from the board of directors because he has some enlightenment retreat in San Diego the same day. So sorry, playa, but I can't give you the match." And Booker's like, "Really? You're giving the night off, Seka? Well, I'll have to see about that." 77. Then we have our four-way match, a decent match. Really Shelton is the what really guy who's really over here, and he gets the win here, defeating Johnny Swinger in about 10 minutes. Also involves, like I said, Tony Storelli, Austin Aries, and Johnny Swinger. And basically, the end here is Austin Aries goes for a brainbuster on the chair. Swinger stops him. They brawl and fight. Aries comes over with a low blow. Well, Benjamin recovers, hits the pay dart 1, 2, 3 on Swinger before Aries can come in for the save. And Shelton Benjamin is your number 1 contender, and that means as he celebrates, Ray Leppan comes behind and attacks him, takes him out, stands tall a few days before the pay-per-view, which gets a 72. And then we have our sit-down contract signing. Teddy Long, is in the ring. He says, "All right, players, you know what time it is. Bash at the Beach. It's going to be the WCW World Championship match. This match is a big one, and it's been a long time coming. So let's bring out the challenger, the alpha male himself, Monty Brown. Brown comes out to, a big, mostly heel pop, but there's some cheers because, he's a badass who hit peaceful pounces. And then, now to play, we haven't done yet, because you can have a contract signing of the champ. So let's bring out the WCW World Champion, AJ Styles. AJ Styles comes down to the ring to a big old pop. And, Teddy Long says, "All right, player, we're going to make it official. There's a World Heavyweight title on the line. AJ Styles versus Monty Brown at Bash at the Beach. They both got something to say. So we'll hand it over to you. Monty, you're up first." And Monty says, "AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, the face that runs this place. One of those titles on Starcade, huh? You can tell the world that you're the best. You're the man who can't be beaten. Let me tell you something, AJ. Everything's got an expiration date. And at Bash at the Beach, yours come due. About being the champ all you want. But what happens when you step in the ring with the man who's winning, tear you from limb to limb? I'm not some wrestler, AJ. I'm the alpha male. I'm the baddest man alive. And when we get in the Bash at the Beach, you're stepping the ring into the Serengeti. This ring, it's my jungle, and it's where I hunt, and you're nothing more than my next meal. I've been knocking guys off with a bounce since I arrived here. Now it's your turn, champ. At Bash at the Beach, I'm taking that title. Because all of a sudden, the only thing people remember is that Monty Brown pounced the life out of AJ Styles. And, AJ takes the mic and says, "Are you done, Monty? You see, the thing about guys like you, you're the alpha male, how you're the baddest man alive. But guess what, Monty? You're standing here right now talking about how you're going to tear me apart. How you're going to win my title. Problem is, you haven't done it yet, have you? I've been the world champion since Starcade. That's over half a year being the man. You've been talking about half a year how you're the baddest man alive, and how tough you are, how you're the top dog, Monty. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm still standing here. I'm still holding this belt. We've been out there and pouncing dudes left and right. I've been holding the title against the best wrestlers in the world. Night after night, I've taken on everybody, whether it's AJ Styles, Eddy Guerrero, Kaz, anybody. And guess what, Monty? I've beaten them all. You're just the next guy in line. You think this ring is your jungle? Nah, man, this ring is my house. At Bash at the Beach, you're going to find out exactly why they call me the face that runs this place." And Long's like, "All right, players, let's keep it civil here. We're signing a contract, not to each other apart just yet." And Monty's like, "You can talk about being the man all you want, but words don't mean a damn thing in the Serengeti. When we get in the Bash at the Beach, it's not about who talks the loudest or who stops the belts the hardest. It's going to be about who's left standing after I send you flying across the ring with the pounce." And AJ says, "I've heard it all before. Guys like you, they talk about how they're going to knock me out, how they're going to beat me senseless, but you're going to be something big, man. I'm a champion for a reason. I don't talk the talk, I walk the walk. You're thinking you're going to hit me with that pounce, win the belt. I'm the guy I'm the guy who won the main event at Starcade, who took out men like Alex Wright and Jeff Jarrett and AJ Styles and Eddy Guerrero, and who's still standing with this title. So go ahead, keep talking about the Serengeti, keep talking about the pounce. At Bash at the Beach, you're exactly why they call me phenomenal." He's like, "You're done, AJ. Bash at the Beach, I'm taking the title, and there's nothing you can do about it." There we go, 90, really good stuff, building up the main event. Then we got Shane Helms versus Rey Mysterio Jr. It's a great match between two former world champions, but Rey Mysterio Jr., we both got Kidman and Matt Sydal on the outside. But a big old match, great match, probably the best match of the night, honestly, as, back and forth match. But Rey's able to hit Shane Helms with a spring hurricanrana and get the victory here. A few days out before Helms and Kidman go for the tag titles. This gets a 90. Rey gets a 94. Helms gets an 88. And post-match, the tag champs celebrate to a 72. And then we have the babyfaces backstage, basically, putting over the 6-man later tonight. Again, nothing fancy here. 85. Then we got a Canning Hype training video, talking about, being a member of the Horsemen. Talking about winning, being in the main event of Starcade. Battling the Thrillers. Fighting the best of the best and being a pillar of WCW since the reset over 5 years ago. But he talks about, as there's video of it, that, back in April, when the Thrillers tried to take him out permanently, he thought about retiring, he thought about coming back. But he wanted to come back and prove why he's still the best wrestler in this company. And Don Frye, he got involved in his business again. So, Don Frye, you're going to find out why nobody's better than Kanyon at Bash at the Beach. 82, again, decent little hype video. And then we have our main event, which gets an 82, back and forth match, but it's eventually things break down as you expect, and things devolve in chaos. The ref throws it out, and the fight continues. 82, Angle gets 100, Hardy gets an 84, Jeff gets a 94, Junior gets a 73, O'Hare gets an 83, Palumbo gets a 90, and the Brawl continues as we on the show with a 93. Like nothing fancier, just a big old brawl as the announcers put out the pay-per-view. Overall, we get a 88. Again, a quicker show than usual as far as Revolution goes, just because there wasn't a plenty of big promos or angles, just matches that put people over before the pay-per-view, and the hype videos. We had the contract signing, and the Booker Sharp thing, and the Rob Van Dam and Heyman in a graveyard thing, and that's about it. As this loads up. Alright. Email. Okay. Kanyon, it's a women's division. Alright, so again, the final lineup for Bash at the Beach is, as soon as I find where my pre-booking button is, you think I would know this after literally playing this game for hundreds of hours? So we got, of course, AJ Styles versus Monty Brown for the World Championship in the main event. We got All That Alyssa Alexander versus Alli Danger for the Women's Championship. We have Rey Mysterio Jr. and Matt Sydal defending the title against the legendary team of Kidman and Helms. We've got Mayhem and BC defending their women's tag titles against Blonde Ambition. And we also have, of course, just added there, Shelton Benjamin versus Ray Leppan for the US title, which we're adding right now. We have Kurt Angle versus Jack Palumbo, and the Hardys taking on O'Hare and Jindrak as the feud between the Thrillers and Babyfaces continues. Kenny versus Fry, Macy's Rob Van Dam, and Gail Kim versus Nikita Colt. Really good show. Storyline-wise, we have, Danger, the match, 66. Dark Defense and Serengeti at an 87, Enlightenment's at an 80, Expanding Horizons at 74, Legendaries at an 88, Old Enemies and Friends is at an 86, Throw the Angles at an 84, and Who Do You Trust is at an 82, and US Title Mess is at a 78. And then if we look at the rest of the wrestling world, WWE had SmackDown. It had, let's see here, Devin Boyd defeat Darren Doring, who's just Danny Doring. Farouk got a win over Savio Vega. All-Mary Aaron Cartwright got a win over Justice, a.k.a. Abyss. Scott Steiner defeated Mark Henry. Gladiator defeated Rikishi in a dog collar match, sure. And a very weird main event as Billy Gunn, Brock Lesnar, William Regal defeated The Undertaker, Chris Benoit, and Shannon Ballard, who's a recent signee. Sure, why not? 89 for them. Great. And then if we look at our DevFed, Wildside TV show, 20 years of Brett Major defeated Paul Burchill and TJ Perkins. Stallings, Jansen, and Hoyt defeated Rick Michaels, Matt Morgan, and Durarte. Todd Saxon defeated Elijah Burke. And then on our weekly house show, Morgan and Burchill defeated Hoyt and Burke by DQ. Perkins defeated Brett Major. Durarte, Phoenix, and Cross defeated Stallings, Onyx, and Danielson. So yeah, that's about it. Then if we go to American Wrestling Queens, we got the weekly show. Carly Chambers defeated Catherine Mendoza, Regen versus Regen. Josie Mason, Conning Mass Eagle defeat Tracy Taylor, Lane, and Ternisha. Portia Perez defeated Annette Blanchard by countout. Emily Hosaka defeated Sakura, Sinclair, and McCool to retain the AWQ title. And then for HWA, they had I think I already showed that last week. Yeah, nothing really fancy here. OVW, I think, is just still being OVW. Yeah, it is what it is. Joey Rise versus Danny Peter. is your main event. Drew Onyx is versus Billy Real. Yeah, not a whole ton going on here. And then if we go around the wrestling world. So again, if we go back to last week's, where are you? So, Ring of Violence had a big show, because remember, this is Ring of Violence, not ROH. We had, let's see here, Smooth Luscious versus Susan Morton, Z-Bar versus Dirk Ziggler, Mike Quackenbush versus Eddie Valentine, Trent Acid is the Pure Championship, Alex Shelley defeated Dixie Anchorist, retaining the Warp 8 ROH title. So, yeah, that is what it is. Stampede Wrestling had a big show, Cara Wiley defeated JD Michaels in the main event, so PCO still around. Yeah, nothing else really fancy there. Let's see here. Other big shows. Chick Fight happened. 138 people. Either Marino versus Bloody Face was the main event. Mr. Belmont defeated Alicia. I mean, that's the indie women's scene with both, Impact, Us, and We All Having Women. We had Deathmatch Wars 37 for them. Tenru versus Winger. Yes. Yumiko Tenru in 2006 is the Big Japan Deathmatch champion. Sure. CZW had a big show. Main event was Dixie defeating Amazing Red. Rick Blade and Justin Payne defeated Nick Gage and Sean Zandig in Ace, and the Wall defeated Patch. Who Patch is? I have no freaking idea. APW had a big show. Main event was Scott Lost defeated Morgan, Kazarian, and Max Justice. Let's see here. Impact happened, but you guys know that. And yeah, that's about it. So, like I said, next show is, of course, Bash at the Beach. And then from there, it's, we're off to the Mayhem Tournament. No prediction contests because we're ending, the TW, I'm just trying to get through the TW 20 series end here. Maybe next year will return. Just depends on how things go with the series after return to TW9. But that's all for now. So if you enjoyed the show, go ahead and give it a like. Comment below what you're liking and not liking. Vote in the mid-year awards. And, plenty of content, whether it's this series or the TW9 Pittsburgh Steel Wrestling series. But that's all for now. So talk to you later, and adios. Have a good one.